Scrum has events to inspect and adapt artifacts. The main agenda of this video is to discuss what do Scrum events mean. That will include discussing the 5 formal events: sprint, sprint planning, daily sprint review and sprint retrospective. Continuous inspection and adaptation helps a team maximize the value of work done, and events in Scrum provides this opportunity. As written in Scrum Guide, each event in Scrum is a formal opportunity to inspect and adapt Scrum artifacts. These events are specifically designed to enable the transparency required. Failure to operate any events as prescribed results in lost opportunities to inspect and adapt. If you like the video, we request you to like and subscribe to the Agilemania YouTube channel to encourage us to provide more valuable information on Agile and Scrum. Agilemania is a team of passionate professionals with years of experience focused on consulting organizations in transforming businesses with digital and Agile. We play a key role in accelerating your digitization journey and help you navigate to a highly functioning Agile culture. We will begin today's agenda by discussing what do Scrum events mean? Scrum events are time-boxed events, meaning maximum time is allocated, and the team cannot extend it further. These events enable the team to inspect and adapt artifacts, product backlog, sprint backlog, and increment. In addition, these events help review their performance and serve as a learning opportunity for the future. Scrum has 5 formal events: sprint, sprint planning, daily Scrum, Scrum review, and Scrum retrospective. We will discuss each of these in detail to have a clear understanding of what do they mean. First, sprint. Straight from the Scrum Guide, sprints are the heartbeat of Scrum, where ideas are turned into value. They are fixed-length events of 1 month or less to create consistency. A new sprint starts immediately after the conclusion of the previous sprint. Timebox helps avoid risks related to developing wrong solutions for complex adaptive problems. Although sprint can get cancelled when a sprint goal becomes obsolete, the authority to cancel a sprint is vested with the product owner. The sprint serves 2 purposes: regular and continuous feedback loop by the client so the team can review and evaluate the changes. Measure the team productivity and performance during the recurring period. Second, sprint planning. Sprint planning is the first event within the sprint. In other words, sprint starts with sprint planning. The time box for the sprint planning is 8 hours for a monthly sprint, and the whole Scrum team participates. As per Scrum Guide, the product owner ensures that attendees are prepared to discuss the most important product backlog items and how they map to the product goal. The Scrum team may also invite other people to attend sprint planning to provide advice. The entire discussion during the sprint planning meeting revolves around the following. First, why is this sprint? Discussion helps establish the sprint goal for the sprint and the value that the Scrum team will create in the sprint. Typically, the product owner presents business objectives for the sprint, and the Scrum team discusses and craft possible sprint goals. Second, what is possible to deliver in this sprint? It isn't easy to estimate what can be done within the sprint. Hence, developers use past performance such as velocity with current capacity and definition of done to forecast the amount of work they can do. Third, how are we going to get the work done? Developers discuss the design approach and work involved in completing each selected product backlog item as per definition of done. Developers usually decompose product backlog items into smaller tasks that can get done within a day. Next, we will discuss about daily Scrum. Daily Scrum meetings are key for ensuring tasks are being carried out efficiently to meet the sprint goal. In addition, daily Scrum meetings, also known as daily stand-up meetings, are common in various other practices. These meetings should not last longer than 15 minutes and usually include Scrum team members, product owner, Scrum Master, developers, although developers must be there. Usually, time and place are consistent because consistency reduces complexity. During daily Scrum, developers inspect progress made in the last 24 hours to meet the sprint goal and adapt for the next 24 hours. As a result, daily Scrums improve communications, identify impediments, promote quick decision-making, and consequently eliminate the need for other meetings. Fourth, sprint review. A sprint review is a formal meeting held between the Scrum team and stakeholders to inspect the sprint's result, progress toward the product goal, and adapt future work. It often results in discussing what and when to release product increment, adding new work to the product backlog, and discussing what to do next. The main objective of a sprint review is to achieve a potentially releasable product, also known as product increment. In other words, the outcome of the sprint should be a working product. Then, participants decide what can be improved to get optimal value from these improvements in future products. The sprint review meeting gets scheduled within 4 hours at the end of each sprint. Lastly, sprint retrospective. Sprint retrospective is the last meeting of the sprint, and it can go up to 3 hours. The scope of improvement gets discussed regarding people and relations, processes and practices, and the definition of done. It can also be called a continuous improvement meeting to identify the potential errors and mistakes in the past and correct them. It allows team members, including a product owner, a Scrum Master, and developers reflect on the actual product quality, finds deviations, and suggests scope for improvement. This brings us to the end of the Scrum events. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for your future learning. You can comment below if you want to make videos on any specific topic.